Crimson Desert is coming in March, and apparently Crimson Desert open world is at least twice as big as Skyrim's and larger than Red Dead Redemption 2's map. We knew that the game map is probably like huge, but we didn't realize how big it is. Apparently it's twice as big as Skyrim and larger than Red Dead Redemption 2's map. Those two maps are pretty large. They're already pretty large, so being bigger than that is a level of massive that I didn't anticipate for this game at all, dude.
So we've been seeing some news out there with some specific numbers floating around about how big the map is. I don't think numbers really do it justice, because how big is that in terms of scope and scale? But what we can say is the world's at least twice as big as the open world, the playable area of Skyrim. It's larger than the map of Red Dead Redemption 2. So the area that you're playing in, the continent of Pyweld, is absolutely massive, but size doesn't really matter if there's nothing to do.
I was about to ask that.
Size,
That's crazy.
yeah. Confirmed, Lua, size does not matter.
That is crazy.
But if there's nothing to do. So open world games are about doing things, having activities, having distractions. So we wanted to create a world that's not only massive, but is also incredibly interactive.
I love that. That's
yeah,
exciting.
saw
Yeah.
this. You can like.
that is so cool. It's actually getting me quite excited for the game, dude. I'm already hyped for the game. But having it this scale, there's going to be a lot of shit to do in this game. So we already knew that the game has a lot of stuff going on, but have all those stuff going on in a massive scale like this, dude, this game already looks so good, and it has a lot of like this is like next level Witcher for me, to be honest, because that's what it's giving me. The vibe is like open world Witcher game kind of vibe. You know how many hours I sunk into Witcher 3? I sunk in over 1,000 hours into Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt, because I just love that medieval setting, and whole open world is so alive and you just get lost in it. And to me, this gives me the same vibe. And you have so many stuff going on here. Nah, it's not multiplayer. It's the single player open world action adventure game. The devs specifically don't want to call it a role-playing game. It is an action adventure game. I think it's safe to say it's pretty much in the same vein as like Witcher 3. The boss battles have been really sick as well. You have these segments in the game where you like do a full-on siege, which is awesome. Like right now, this is like a complete siege happening and taking over a castle. It gets pretty freaking hectic, especially if you do it at night. I've seen gameplay where it's happening at night. It's absolutely bonkers, dude. I really like those segments. I don't know what it feels like to play them, but by the look of it, it looks pretty freaking cool.
Still aiding that lout, Stefan Lanford.
This is like, I think this was one of the first ever gameplay they released. Yeah, I think this is like one of the first bosses you fight. It's pretty crazy. And it's not Souls-like level hard, but it is pretty hard. What the devs have said is this game plays like a fighting game when it comes to boss battles, because you have so many different combinations that you have to use for different abilities and stuff like that, and like moves. And each boss battle is going to be completely different. And I believe them, because you've seen so many boss battles at this point. Each one plays quite differently to one another. And like even the way you have to approach the bosses, you have to change your tactics quite drastically between each boss, which is pretty refreshing, to be honest. Like you're not doing the same button smashes. You have to actually learn the moves and adapt, which is pretty cool. Love that. Powers explain, you choose the type of character you want to play as in terms of your progression with the systems in the game. And then through headcanon, you're having this very different experience than other players because of the scope and scale of the game. You'll be distracted by something. You'll go on this quest line. You'll have an experience that'll be radically different than someone else, even though they're playing the same game and the same canonical storyline that you both are going through. It's coming March 19, 2026. Yeah, man, this is gonna take up, I'm gonna call it. This is gonna take up a lot of my time when it comes out. Battlefield's gonna have to take a break, and pretty much everything else will probably have to go secondary until I play this game, because this is gonna be something I'm gonna be putting a lot of time into. Hopefully I get time to actually play this game. That's where I'm concerned, man.